Okay, again, if you're paying attention, you know I had some issues with problem number 5. And I'll go back to that over here. And problem number 5, that was the smallest and largest integer that satisfied this algebraic expression producing an integer, provided that n was a positive integer. All right. So I went through the work at the whiteboard. I posted a video over here, or at least I will post a video over here. And I also want to point out, I put a graph down over here. And the graph is me, trying to make sense of the thing, basically. What am I graphing out this over here? And I'm graphing out those integer solutions to the problem. All right. So we talked about that, 18 and 16. All right. So what I want to do is go to Sage and talk about what I want to do in Sage. In Sage, I'm going to do reset. And I'm going to define a function over here. I'm going to copy paste, by the way, because I don't want to type that in. But I do recognize this being problem 5, by the way. And what I want to do is I just want to do f of that's 6156. Remember, this is one of my answers. Yeah, I'm not going to do it by hand, but what do you get? Well, I'm wondering why it didn't do anything over there. And certainly someone says, I don't either. I'm not an expert with Sage, by the way. But I'm going to approximate this now. And I'm hoping it gives me back, something that I could say, oh, that's an integer, 18. That's exactly what I expected. Let's do f of, let's see, 9216. Hit return, you get 16. Why did it do that one and not the other one, by the way? I'm not sure. Really not sure. All right. So I also want to talk about the square root, SQRT of, all right, 6156. And it doesn't turn out to be a nice number, by the way. All right. It just doesn't turn out to be a nice number. All right. Let me do the square root, SQRT of 9216. Well, that turns out to be 96. That's a perfect square, so that worked out nicely. But notice this one doesn't work out so nicely. All right. Now that's probably the reason why Sage is not doing this over here. All right. It finds that to be like a difficult thing to do. All right. I'm going to try something over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that expression and I'm going to square it. And you know what? It didn't do it. I'm going to expand it. See what happens. I should spell that right? It's not doing much with that, is it? It's kind of struggling with it. All right. Just as we struggled with the problem, by the way. Now, granted, if I was better at using Sage, I could probably figure out how to do that. But right now, I'm satisfied that it did produce an integer, and its integer is going to be 18. It would take a lot more pencil and paper work to actually work out the arithmetic on it. And we did not do that at the whiteboard. What did we do at the whiteboard? We basically figured this out through reason what the numbers were. And we were able to do that by limiting the choices, by the way. And it's always nice if you can limit the choices in your problem. Thank you.